Please hold. Your call is important to us. Please hold. Your call is important to us.
So, it's distracting. And social media can be incredibly distracting, and it tears us away from what we're doing. And in fact, let's go to a poll right now to find out how long it takes to just recover from distraction. So, they surveyed people who were working away, and they measured how long it took for them to recover from distraction. So they're working away, they get a phone call, they get a text, they get an email, and they measured how long it took for them to get right back into what they were doing. So how long does it take? 10 minutes, 17 minutes, 23 minutes, or 2 cups of Java to get back? A lot of people saying 17. It's 23 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's more than we think, which means that some people took less and some people took more for that to come out like that. So the truth is, our phones take up a privileged attentional space in our lives. They are close to our hearts and they are close to our heads. There's part of our brain that's devoted to these. And distractions are very, very powerful. And to find out more about that, I'm going to invite someone else on the stage, and it's a man by the name of Peter Bragge, as he makes his way to the stage. Peter Bragge.
How do you, Geoff?
Peter, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm well, and it's gone well so far, but who knows, the wheels could come off any second now. We need to demonstrate the idea that doing 2 things at once is really, really hard. It's really hard. Yeah.
I can help you with that, Geoff.
Can you?
I can.
Okay.
But I'm going to need a volunteer.
A volunteer.
From the audience.
A volunteer. Okay. Jim doesn't exist.
And it's not his
Okay. Jim was a convenient person in the front row that doesn't exist. Okay. No, wait. There is a science to picking volunteers. You scan the audience carefully and make a judgment about the helpful, smiling people that you see in front of you. I don't do that. I'm going to get row 2 to point on the count of 3 to someone in row 1. Because I'm cruel. Cruel but funny. That's the rule, okay? So on the count of 3, row 2 is going to point to someone at random. It doesn't matter, you'll never see them again. You don't know that person, right? Make a judgment about the back of their head. 1, 2, 3. It's you. Congratulations. Now, well, okay, we've just broken a public liability thing. We're meant to get people to walk up the little step there.
It's a bit wobbly, that step.
No one saw that, and I will edit that out when that happens. Okay, so can I ask your name? Stan, how are you, Stan? Okay.
Stan.
So what's Stan got to do?
No, Geoff, I'm going to need a large sheet of paper
Right.
and a texter. I don't know if you've got any of them
I
lying
happen
around.
to have both of those things right here.
Okay, fantastic. Now, Stan, do you like maths? Are you good at maths? Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to give you a very, very simple task. All right? Very, very simple. Just give me that texter for a minute. I'm going to write the number 100 at the top of this sheet of paper. And what I want you to do is I want you to take 7 away from that number and 7 away from the next number until you get to something approaching 0. All right, are we ready?
Wait.
Hang on. Are we ready to go? Yeah. Give Stan a round of applause. Okay, away you go, Stan.
So what's interesting, Stan, is that focusing Stan on this is difficult because of attentional space, Stan.
Really, Stan? It's funny you should say that, Stan, because I was driving to work, Stan, and I saw a guy at the lights, and I thought, Stan, and then I got to work, and someone said, Stan, do you want a coffee? How many sugars do you want in this, Stan?
Stan's doing a damn sight better than anyone's ever done this before, Stan. Because Stan's a man who knows what's...
Stan! Get out, Stan! Okay, Stan, you can stop now.
Freaking genius! Okay.
Now, Geoff,
never happened before.
I can tell you, every time we rehearsed this, we got to about 72.
Yeah.
So it's kind of...
Who thinks they could do what Stan
did?
just did? Did anyone? No. You're a freaking genius and you've destroyed exactly what I wanted to set up in this experiment. Thank you, Stan.
Thank you very much. You know, Geoff, that's actually a bona fide medical test.
Is it?
It's called the serial sevens, and it's used to test your orientation in hospital settings. But when you do it, you don't kind of have people talking
over you or using your name.
Yeah, that
didn't affect Stan at all. Obviously, Stan, no dimension there to worry about yet.
Yeah. I'll have a chat to you.
But upstaging is a real problem.
Yeah. And Stan, I'll have a chat to you about some other results of that later.
So other than
Maybe
blowing
not
the
now.
results completely, basically it's really hard to focus on two things at once.
Absolutely.
And so our names take up something called privileged attentional space. All of you have names, and your names will be something that get your attention. And they say that a phone is equivalent to a colleague calling you by your name. Okay, so it's almost impossible to multitask, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's right, Geoff. That's right, Geoff. And I can tell you about another scenario that talks about the power of the phones.
Right.
Let's imagine that you and I are going out for dinner.
I think HR would say something.
No, just as purely as friends. Purely as friends. I just invite you
As
out for dinner.
friends.
Yeah, because I'm your friend. We might have
Okay.
dinner. All right, okay, we'll go to a bar. Let's go to a bar.
Okay.
Let's go to a bar. We're in the
That's
pub.
absolutely
There's
fine.
some nuts on the table. You get your phone out and say, hey, Pete, here I am. You put your phone...
Nuts wasn't even a gag. It wasn't even a joke.
Nuts?
We
Really?
were setting the scene, people.
Jesus.
Really? You would look for nuts as some sort of...
You come to the Melbourne
We got
Comedy
another laugh
Festival,
again.
dudes.
Sorry, I'm
There's
so
some-
sorry.
No, there's some wedges and sour cream on the table, Geoff.
Wedges and sour cream.
You put
Thank
your
you.
phone down.
Right,
You put
bang.
your phone down. You say, hi, Pete. Oh, you put your
Hi,
phone
Pete.
down.
Bang.
That changes what we do.
What do you mean?
That changes our conversation.
Why?
Well, if you remember back to what Kim was talking about with the Skinner box,
Yeah.
you don't really ever know when their awards are going to come, do you?
No.
So because they might come at any moment, you might be interrupted at any moment. And because you might be interrupted at any moment, you're going to calibrate your conversation into short, choppy, readily understood sentences like, how about Jack Revolt?
Oh, Revolt, mate, on the weekend he come up with that mark and it was a kid and they said, are we a team of champions or a champion team? I don't know why I did that, I'm so sorry. I fell into this terrible archetype of a bloke talking about footy.
And you know the thing about having a drink?
It's wrong.
I've got to
I'm so
rescind
sorry
that
about
offer
that
right
because the truth is I don't know anything about football. But I do know when I'm talking crap, and that's what. So basically, the phone means because we can be interrupted.
Yeah.
We pick conversation that doesn't matter if it's
Banal
interrupted.
conversation.
Banal conversation, like football.
Well, we've got to be a bit careful there, Geoff. Yeah, we're in Melbourne. We're at the Melbourne Comedy Festival,
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yes.
so Melbourne, the home of football, the home of
Yes.
Australian rules.
Yeah.
Right? So you're one of those weird guys that lives in Warrenwood and goes to demonstrations and likes the arts or something, are you? For example.
I live in Eltham. Get off the stage. Peter
Oh,
Bragge,
okay.
ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Leave. Warren Wood. Side note, do you know how Warren Wood got its name? It's halfway between Warrandyte and Ringwood. It could have been Ringdite. Sounds like an STD for gum trees. Okay.